Recording is on. I hope you see my screen. JavaScript. So, variables and data types. Variables and what? Data types. So, we have seen how to declare the variable. I hope I'm audible to you clearly. New folder, day 32. What happened? New folder, day 32. And in here, so we have created an object like this. Correct? We have created something called as object like this. We have printed the object. We have created the object and we have printed the object in the last session. So what we have seen, the object can hold the key value pairs. So this variable obj can hold key value pairs. So this is also of type object. This is also of type object. So this type of object is called as object literal notation. This type of object is called as what? Object literal notation. And this is the class object. We are going to see this once again. Now I have a question for you. So here we can say in day 32 01.js, and if I say where a is equals to 10, where what? A is equals to 10, where b is equals to 20, and here I can say console or where c is equals to a plus b, and console.log, here I can say c. So what would be the output of this line? Hello? What would be, if I run the program, what would be the output of this line?
Yeah, first is like integer and second one is string. So not sure, like will be not sure.
Okay.
It's like the types are different.
But what would be answer? You need to tell me answer. You need to tell me answer. Just a quick question. Anyone? You can write it into the chat box. You can write it into the chat box. Okay, let's run the program. So we will understand one phenomenon now. Day 32, node app01.js. Can you see? Answer is 1020. Now I wanted to ask you, what value C would be containing? What value C would be containing? What is the type of that value? So what is this 1020 number or what?
It will be string.
Correct. So C would be having a value which is of type string. He would be having some value, so something would be getting generated over here, a plus b. something would be getting generated. And what C would be holding? C would be holding the data of type string. What do you mean by J in the chat box? Someone have written J. What do you mean by J? So A plus B. A plus B will do something, and that type of that would be string. So you need to remember something like this. String plus anything is always string. Getting my point, what I'm saying? So this is a anything plus string is always string. So that if you can write something like this, console.log a is plus a. Remember that what is the a is? This much is the string plus a. So your answer would be, can you see, a is 10. You need to remember one thing, string plus anything is always string. String plus anything is always string. A plus a is, you have wrapped it in a single quotes, which means that it is a string, plus any of the variable above, a, b, c, and here you will get a is 10. Similarly, you can say b is plus b, b is plus b, and this operation string plus anything is called as concatenation. Concatenation. I'm sorry, spelling is wrong. Concatenation. You are concatenating a to this string, whatever the characters are. You are concatenating whole this to, sorry, you are concatenating a to hold this string. That thing is called as string concatenation. Okay, so one phenomenon we have seen, string concatenation. Okay, remember this thing. Now here in the day 32 I can create app 02. Now why I have explained this, now we would be using concatenation freely. You were not knowing what do you mean by concatenation. If you see, that's why I was creating two consoles, console.log num1 and num2. I can write this plus num1 and num2 here directly, but you were not knowing concatenation over here, right? Now you know what do you mean by concatenation. Now before moving ahead, we need to start with something called as functions. How do you define functions? How do you define functions? So function, say hi. Name of the function is what? Say hi. Function keyword, name of the function, parameter list, and the body of the function. So body will be defined. Technically, internally it is a one-liner, but for our understanding purpose, we hit enter over here. Function, say hi, and this is the body. Name of the function, function keyword, name of the function, parameters, and like this. So here I can say console.log hi, how are you? Hi, how are you? Okay, and this thing is called as calling to the function. We are calling function. Node app02.js and see hi, how are you? You are calling the function. Correct? You are calling the function. Am I audible? This thing is called as function call, and this thing is called as function definition. You have defined function over here and you have called function over here, function call and function definition. Now what is function? My first question is that what do you mean by function? How do you define the function? What is function? A function is a self-contained block of code that performs specific task or set of the tasks, specific tasks, or you can say set of the tasks. Functions are used to organize code into reusable and modular components, making it easier to manage and understand more complex programs. So, a function. When you talk about function, in JavaScript, what is function? Can you please tell me? What did I say about the functions?
Function is the collection of code.
Collection of?
Collection of code,
Okay.
and it is used for reusability for the function. It is manageable.
Collection of code. Okay. Fine. See. Yeah. So in a JavaScript, we define functions in this way. Here you can say function, say hi. This much is called as function body, and this is called as function call, function definition or body, and this is called as function call. So what is happening exactly internally? So whenever you say I'm writing function, means what exactly you are doing? Some piece of code you are clubbing together. Some piece of code you are clubbing together. So why do you need to club the code together? To attain the reusability. Means what? See here, I have a where a is 10, and here you can say where result is equals to a into a. So if you want to make a square, what I'm saying, if you want to make a square, you need to write this code again and again. So presently you want to create a square of 10. What I'm saying, presently you need to create the square of 10. So you have written this code, a is equals to, so presently you need to create, or you need to make a square of 10. So what you have done, okay, let's do this in this way. Let me remove it from this file, it is creating confusion. Yeah, so you can consider this thing as a function say hi. This is how you will write a function, and this is how you will call the function. So function keyword is important. Function keyword is absolutely important. What I'm saying, function keyword, name of the function, definition of the function, and say hi. Now why do you need to write a function? Let's do it in separate file. Okay, let's first call this thing node app 02.js. Can you see, hi, how are you? You are getting the output. Now let me create another file, new app 03.js. Why do you need function? Now what I wanted to do, I want to make a square of numbers. Why do you need a function? What is my requirement? I want to make. Why do you need function? I want to make square of number, square of a number. So what you will do, you will define a variable a is equals to 10, and then you will write a into a, sorry, where sq1 a into a, where sq1 a into what? A. You getting my point? Hello? I want to make square of a number. So where a into a. Now I want to make a square of another number, say 20, or more precisely, here we can say n1 into n1, that is the square. Now I want to make a square of another number 2, 20, sq2, and here I can say n2 into n2, right? I want to make a square of a number. So here I can say console.log square of plus n1 plus sq1. Okay. Now see, again and again I need to write same code, n2 sq2. Are you getting my point? Hello? Am I audible or not? So I want to make a square of a number, n1, n2. Can you see? If you want to make a square of 10 more numbers, you need to repeat the code again and again. Block of content. Correct. Block of content. So I'm telling you, why do you need functions in the JavaScript, or why do you need the functions? If you don't have functions, you need to repeat this code again and again. So expert come with idea of the functions. So instead you to repeat this thing, can you write a function? You can say sq, and it is accepting something called as n, number, and see here it is returning the square, n into n, function returning the square. So instead of writing this code again and again, you wrapped this logic inside the function. Now what you are doing, console.log technically this can be written like this, where sq is equals to, or where, let's make this sqr square, sq is equals to sqr10, right? In console.log, here we can say square is plus sq, correct? So if you need square, or here you can say sq20, 23, and here you'll get square of that is 23. Now here we have written the function. If you see, here we have written the function, and function is having parameter, and function is having return. Means what is going to happen? What is going to happen over here? Function square n right? This thing is called as parameter. So this 10 becomes n. This 10 becomes n. And return means what? Whenever you are, this is the function call. This is the function call. And whenever you are calling this function 10, it is returning one value which is calculated inside function. This n into n means this 10 will go to the n. This 10 will go to the n, right? So this 10, whenever you call the function, it will come to this whole body. So this 10 will become n. So whenever you are returning, so 10 into 10 would be automatically returned. That is how we will calculate the square. Any question? Any question?
No.
To everyone, this is clear, right? This is clear to everyone, correct? Am I audible? Hello? Please respond.
Yes, it's clear.
Okay, let me revise it again. Let me revise it again. I want to make a square of numbers. So why do we need functions in JavaScript? Now consider that we need to make a square of numbers. So we will write this logic where n1 is equals to 10, then where sq is equals to n1 into n1. Now next time I want to make a square of another number. So again you will write same logic again and again. Can you see here you will write this logic, again you will write this logic. So instead you to write this logic again and again, you shall wrap that code. Yes, you should wrap that code into the function, into this function. Okay, so what code you have written? Instead you to do n1 into n1 over here, n2 into n2 over here. So same code you have wrapped into this function, and you are simply calling with the number. So this 10 becomes this n into n, and so you'll get the square. So let's run the program. 0 3. Can you see square of, now see what's happening, square of 10. So here you need one, there is no space, so here you need space, here also you need space. Okay, and just clear it. Now run it again. Here if you can see, square of 10 is 100, square of 20 is 400, square is 10, and 5 to 9 is the square of 23. Yes, a bit confused because it is first time I see this. Okay, is it clear or not? So what I want you to do, I want you to type this code first. JavaScript functions. Just type the code. I know in the beginning you might be a little bit confused because you have not typed the code before. So what I want you to do, I want you to type the code. Are you typing the code? Are you typing the code? All of you? Okay. So Type the code. If you get any question, please ask me. Similarly, I will write one more function, app 03 dot, sorry, 04 dot js. Now now I want you to calculate the percentage. Calculate the percentage of given marks. Of given marks. So how do you calculate the percentage? First tell me. First type this much code and then we'll see this. You need to practice after the session also. It is not like that you will understand this in one session or during the session. You need to revise the code again and again. JavaScript functions. You can write JavaScript functions in this way. Function keyword, name of the function, list of the parameters, and function definition. Inside the curly braces, you can write function definition. And here, this is how you will call the function. Function keyword, name of the function, list of the parameters, function body, and you can call the function. Once done, please update me. Done or not?
No.
If not completed, you can do it later on. Now look at the screen. Look at the screen. First, you need to calculate percentage. How do you calculate the percentage? If you want to calculate the percentage, what is the formula? So let's take a variable var, and here I can say marks. How much marks I have got? Say 60. Var total marks 100. I have got 60 marks out of 100. So var percentage is equals to marks upon total marks into 100. Correct? Into 100. Hello? This is correct or not? All of you. This is correct or not? Marks, total marks, percentage, marks upon total marks into 100. And let's try to print console.log. You have got plus this percentage. Node app04.js. You have got what? 60%. Correct? This is correct or not? So you have got 60%. Now, same thing I want to do with the function, because presently my marks are 60, but next semester that would be little higher. So that what I decided to create a function calc percentage. Here I can pass mrk, mark, and then here we can say, and we can accept the total marks also, ttl mrk. So we have got mark, we have got total mark. Now here we can say var percentage is equals to mrk upon ttl mrk. So let's remove this, comment this, job of this have been completed, and then return whatever you have calculated, return this percentage. Now instead of calling this again and again, just pass calculate percentage. I have got 40 marks, or I have got 43 marks, and total marks are 100. Sorry, total marks are what? 100. So this is the function call. Now this function is returning the value. Remember that this function is what? Returning some value. Function calc percentage is returning some value and accepting two parameters. Can you see this? This mark become this 43. This TTL MRK become this 100. Correct? This TTL MRK become this 100. Are you getting this or not, team? Hello? Everyone please respond. So 43 will become this MRK. 100 will become this TTL MRK. Everyone please respond. And then var percentage is equals to MRK upon TTL MRK. So whatever you have done over here, same thing you have done over here. But inside a function, we are understanding a need of function. Many students doesn't understand why do we need a function. We need a function to avoid the repetition. So this logic will calculate the percentage for the 60 marks. What about 43 marks? What about 83 marks? You cannot calculate. Now see, this function is calculating at this line and returning the result back at this line. So whenever program counter will come to this line, it will go to the function definition over here. It will replace MRK. It will replace MRK with the 43. It will replace 100 with the TTL MRK. And val percentage is equals to 43 upon 100, right? Into 100 is missing here. Into 100 is missing. Into 100. So here we can say, sorry, not here, out of 60 I got 43 out of 60. Let's calculate the percentage. Remember that. So this percentage is going to be returned over here. Result is equals to this, and console.log percentage is plus result. Now let's run the program. Can you see you have got 71.666%? You have got what? 71.666%. Any question on this? Go ahead and ask me. You have got 71.666%. This is the formula.
So can we directly pass a parameter? Can we directly pass a value in parameter?
Here.
Right.
So whole and sole use of the function is to provide the replication. If you pass 43 and 100 over here, right, you are losing the purpose. So
like example, like 50 and 60.
Where?
Like 50 is like marks and
Here?
Example. Not here, but
Here.
any of parameter can like directly pass.
Here you are saying like this 50 and
Yes.
60. But you are losing the purpose of creating function.
No, I got it like 81 of the parameter which is constant.
So as far as this function is concerned, you cannot directly pass the parameters. That is the syntax error. Right? So here you just need to write any of the variables. So these variable names can be anything. No problem. Nothing is fixed. This also can be anything. No problem. Right? Nothing is fixed. But I told you, whenever you give a names to the variables, whenever you supply names to the variables, that should be sensible. And that's why MRK, TTL, MRK, MRK, TTL, MRK into 100 like this. Everyone please respond in the chat box if you have understood. Now type this code. First calculate the percentage in this way, and then write a separate function in this way. Okay, so JavaScript, I can say functions, JavaScript functions, basics. I have pushed the code, please check it. Done. What about other people? Hello?
Yeah, done.
Is it clear to all? Whatever I'm trying to put over here. So, main concern is this. I want to type code. I want to type code again and again. So, to avoid that, we have created a reusable function. And that function will take care of, and that function will take care of rest of the things. So you will just call with the values, right? See here. Next time you will change the value. Instead of 43, you can say 54. And what is the out of? Out of, you can say 70. 54 out of 70. Then run the code again. You have got 77%. You have got what? 77%. Can you see the reusability? So this piece of code can be reused again and again. That's what the intention of the function is. And now let's go to the documentation and see function declaration. This is how we will declare the function. Function call or invocation. This is how we will call and invoke. A return value also we have seen. Return value also we have seen. What do you mean by return value? So calculation will be performed inside the function and value would be returned to the caller. Means see, your program counter will come to this point, this line, this line, this line. So this is the definition. Until you call this like this, it has no meaning. Until you call it, the body will not be getting executed. Until you call it, body won't be getting executed, right? So this is the function call. This is the function declaration or the definition. These are the parameters, function parameters, right? Now this function is performing some task and it is returning the result. See, I'm repeating this again and again because there are few people who are absolutely new to the coding. For them, this would be helpful. For them, it would be helpful. So here you have called the function with some values. These mark parameter, 60 parameter, 43 will become this mark. This 60 will become this TTL mark. And here you can say console.log result. So this can be written in one line also. Instead of accumulating the results into a separate variable, you can say console.log your percentage. Here we can say your percentage is. So directly here also you can call calc percentage. Here also straight away you can call. So marks are 30 out of 100. 30 out of 100. And here you can say your percentage is 30. Your percentage is what? 30. Can you see? Instead, so here what you have done? From here it is going to return one number. Return one number. inside a function you are making some processing, inside a function you are making some processing, and from there we are returning something. From here we are returning that value, correct? So calc percentage will return one number. So this MRK would be replaced by 43. This TTL mark would be replaced by 60. Whatever calculation, whatever business logic you will do, that you will do inside this function. That you will do inside this function. And from this function, one value would be returned to this line. So here you are calling. So this function is going to return one value over here. This function will return one value, whatever value generated by this calculation or this process, that value would be written over here and assigned to the rest. So it is not necessary all the time to assign to one variable. Straight away you can do something like this, correct? This is what the function is internally. So we have seen what is the function keyword, what is the return keyword, what are the function parameters, what is the function body, right? So what do you mean by reusability? Also we have talked. Scoping, we will see what do you mean by scoping shortly. Is it clear, team? Thumbs up.
Yes.
Thumbs up in the chat box. So here we can say JavaScript. Here you can say JavaScript and calling directly. If you have cleared, please let me know. You have understood this concept. So this is all about the functions. Now I wanted to cover the scoping, but we will cover scoping tomorrow. Okay, I don't want, for few days I will go very slow. For few days I will go slow. But once you will practice, remember one thing, I'm repeating this again and again. Only and only practice can save you. Watch the video, type the code. Watch the video, type the code. That thing only will save you. Right? There is no magic. You will not get any energy drink which will teach you coding. Only and only practicing will save you. Okay? So take your time. So I'm deliberately going slow for a few days, for 1 week, this week and next week. But after that, I will take the pace. I will cover multiple concepts together. So today what we have seen? We have seen this concatenation, one concept, and we have spent a lot of time on the functions. We have seen function reusability. What is function exactly? So instead of writing this separately, you will club this into a function so you can reuse it in the future. That's what the only purpose of the function. Then we have seen the return statement. You can perform some operation inside this body, but how you will send result to the caller, and that's why you have a return statement. So return whatever calculation is that is accumulated in this variable. Okay, this is about what the functions are. Hello. Let's meet tomorrow.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.